Once upon a time, there was a man named John who was excited about the trip. The sea was calm, and the weather perfect for sailing. He boarded the ship with high spirits, ready for the adventure that lay ahead. But fate had different plans. One night, a violent storm arose, tossing the ship like a toy. The crew tried their best to control the vessel, but the storm was too powerful. Waves crashed over the deck, and the wind howled like a beast. John clung to a rope, praying for survival. But then, the ship struck a hidden reef and began to break apart. In the chaos, John was thrown into the dark, raging sea. When he awoke, John found himself on the shore of a deserted island. His clothes were torn, and he was soaked to the bone. He had no idea where he was. The island was small, with a dense jungle and rocky cliffs. There were no signs of human life. Days turned into weeks. John built a makeshift shelter from branches and leaves. He managed to find some fruits and catch fish with his bare hands. But the island was unforgiving. The sun scorched him during the day, and the nights were cold. He was constantly hungry and thirsty. His body grew weaker, and his spirit started to fade. John prayed every day, asking God to save him. He prayed for a ship to pass by, for a miracle, for anything. But there was no answer. He felt abandoned and alone. The isolation weighed heavily on him. The silence of the island was deafening. "Why is this happening to me?" John shouted into the empty sky. "What did I do to deserve this? God, why won't you answer me?" His desperation grew. One night, as the moon cast its pale light over the island, John decided he couldn't take it anymore. He climbed to the highest cliff, looking down at the jagged rocks below. He felt hopeless and defeated. As he stood on the edge, ready to end his suffering, he saw a light in the distance. It was a ship. John couldn't believe his eyes. He waved his arms and shouted with the last bit of energy he had left. The ship turned towards the island. A lifeboat was lowered, and soon a man reached the shore. He was tall, with kind eyes and a calm demeanor. "Are you okay?" the man asked, helping John to his feet. John broke down in tears. "I thought I was going to die here," he sobbed. "I prayed and prayed, but God never answered. Why did he abandon me?" The man listened patiently, then spoke gently. "Sometimes, it feels like God isn't listening. We face hardships and we don't understand why. But that doesn't mean God has abandoned us. Every challenge is a part of His plan, even if we can't see it at the moment." "But why would God let this happen to me?" John asked, still crying. "Perhaps to make you stronger," the man replied. "Or to bring you closer to Him. It's hard to see the purpose when you're in pain, but trust that there is one. Never complain about your life because God has a plan for you. Look at where you are now. You survived. You were found. That's no coincidence." John looked at the man, his words sinking in. For the first time in weeks, he felt a glimmer of hope. The man helped John onto the ship, where he was given food, water, and a place to rest. As the ship sailed away from the island, John looked back one last time. He realized that despite the suffering, he had survived. He had been given another chance. With renewed faith, John vowed to live his life with gratitude and trust in God's plan. The island had tested him, but it also brought him closer to understanding the strength within himself and the power of faith. Lesson: life is full of unexpected challenges and hardships, and it's natural to feel lost and question why these things happen. In moments of despair, it's easy to feel abandoned and hopeless. However, it's important to remember that every experience, no matter how difficult, has a purpose. Trusting in a greater plan can give us the strength to endure and overcome. Instead of complaining about our circumstances, we should seek to find the lessons within them and have faith that there is a reason for our struggles. In the end, these challenges can lead to growth, resilience, and a deeper understanding of ourselves and our faith.